Toronto home prices are down more than 5% year over year. Listings are flooding the market. Buyers have significantly more inventory to choose from and have way more leverage than they've had in years. But the big question is this a sign of a major correction or just a short-term adjustment until interest rates start coming back down even more aggressively and the market heats back up? Let's get into it. Hello, everybody. It's Alex Drobin with Remax. I help people just like you buy and sell real estate in Toronto. If you have any questions or comments about this video, give me a call, send me a message, leave a comment below, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And make sure to subscribe. So here's the big picture across the GTA. There were 5,211 sales in August of 2025, which is actually up 2.3% year over year from August of 2024. So sales volume is actually up. Okay, prices are down, but sales volume is up. So more stuff sold in August 2025 than in August of 2024. But here's the thing, new listings surged to 14,038, which is up 9.4% year over year from August of 2024 to August of 2025. So this August, there were 14,000 more new listings than in August of last year. That's a huge number. And then the active listings climbed drastically. So they climbed up to 27,495 active listings, which is a 22% increase year over year. Okay? Let that sink in. 22% more active listings in the Toronto real estate market in August of 2025 than in August of 2024. So even though the sales numbers ticked up slightly year over year from August of 2024 to August of 2025, buyers have way more to choose from right now. So if you're a seller, you can't just slap on a price, onto a property and expect it to sell. It has to be competitive. Now, again, this is all very neighborhood dependent. I'll give you a couple of specific examples in our neighborhoods where stuff has been selling with multiple offer and bidding war situations. Specific example, last week there was a property at 322 Sororin. It was listed for $1.9 million. It ended up getting 10 offers on offer date and sold for $2.4 million. So $500,000 over asking. That's probably a little higher than market value, but 10 offers. So that means that there's still 9 active buyers that are actively searching for properties. We sold another property at 50 Glenwood last week. We listed it for just under $2 million. We ended up getting 3 offers on it and it sold for $2.3 million. So $300,000 over asking. A couple of other ones in Ronces. We actually just sold a property at 279 Evelyn Avenue 2 days ago. We ended up getting 2 offers on it. It was listed at $1.3 million. It sold for $1.551 million. So there's still a lot of demand in highly desirable neighborhoods, and you will see offer date, bidding war, multiple offer situations. Average price. So I mentioned this off the top, but the average price in Toronto came down 5.2% year over year from August of 2024 to August of 2025. And now the average home price is sitting at $1,022,000, which is down about 50 grand from the same time last year. And again, this is because buyers have significantly more inventory to choose from. They're taking their time, and sellers are starting to realize that to a certain extent in most neighborhoods. And in general, prices have come down. Again, it's really neighborhood dependent. If you want a breakdown of what's happening in your specific neighborhood, just send me a message or give me a call and I'll shoot over a quick breakdown of exactly what's happening there, because this isn't in every pocket in the city. This is kind of across the board, and I'll get into some more specific numbers in a second. This actually shows in the average days on market of a property, so how much time it takes to actually sell a property once it's listed. And the average days on market came up 13.8% year over year from August of 2024 to August of 2025, and is now sitting at 33 days. So it takes 33 days to sell a property in Toronto right now. Okay, let's get into the sales and average price by every major home type: detached, semi-detached, townhouse, and condo, starting off in the detached market. The average price of a detached home in the 416 in August of 2025 is $1,524,000, which is actually down 10% year over year. So last year around this time, the average price of a detached home in the 416 was in the high 16s, and that's a huge drop off, 10%. So average price came down 10%, 1.524 million, but the sales volume went up 10.5%. So the prices have come down, are coming down, but the sales volume is coming up. So again, sellers are realizing that the market's different than it was 2-3 years ago. They're lowering prices or listing more aggressively, and are still selling properties 10% more than last year, but the prices have come down 10% as well. So it's a weird shift that we're seeing all across the board because the average price has come down on almost everything other than the townhouse market, but the sales volume is up drastically in almost every category except for the condo market, which I'll get into last. The average price of a semi-detached property in the 416 in August of 2025 is $1,131,000, which is actually down 6.1% year over year from August of 2024 to August of 2025. But this is a major outlier because there have been 18% more semi-detached property sales year over year from August of 2024 to August of 2025. I've talked about this plenty of times before, but in my opinion, this has changed because ever since those rule changes were implemented, where now you don't have to have 20% down for a property up to $1.5 million, where up until December of last year, you needed 20% down for anything over $1 million. I feel like people started kind of reaching up to try to get into that semi-detached market over the townhouse market. So average price of a semi-detached home was $1,131,000. And again, I think this is because people don't have to put down 20% on a property that's over $1 million. So they'd rather reach a little bit higher as opposed to stick around in that townhouse market, which I'll get into next. The average price of a Toronto townhouse in the 416 in August of 2025 was $915,000, which was actually up 1% year over year. And the sales volume was also up 9.4%. So townhouses are doing okay. Average price came up 1% year over year. It's the only major home type that actually didn't drop down in price year over year from last August to this August. And the sales numbers, the sales volume went up as well. So sales came up 9.4% year over year. So people are buying townhouses, at least in August, and the average price is up 1%. I've said this in previous market updates, but I think the townhouses will stick around like that 900 to 950 mark for quite a while because of the people that are reaching for the semi-detached properties or even the detached properties that are around like the 1.2 to 1.5 price point. The condo market. Duh, duh, duh. The average price of a Toronto condo in the 416 in August of 2025 is $667,000, which is actually down 2% year over year, with the sales volume also being down 3.4%. So sales prices are coming down in the condo market. The sales volume is coming down. In August of 2024, there were 5,672 active condo listings in the city of Toronto compared to August of 2025 when there are 5,831. So we're talking about 150 more condo listings on the market. That may not seem like much, but you're still looking at, 5,800 plus condo listings that are sitting just in the city of Toronto, not talking about the whole GTA. So there's tons of opportunity in the condo market. And I think that the properties that are selling are those unique properties, 2 bedrooms, 2 bathroom places that are a little bit more unique. Maybe you have a view, maybe you have a view of the tower, easily accessible to the lake. So those kinds of listings are still selling, but for the most part, condos are sitting around. There's 5,800 plus units on the market in the city of Toronto right now. And I do think that condo prices are going to continue to come down because a lot of people locked into really great interest rates in 2020 and 2021. Some people are in the mid 1%, including myself. One of my condos I bought in 2020, and I had a 1.53% fixed rate up until 2025. I'm going to have to renew that rate at a significantly higher rate. So, my monthly payments are going to jump. In my opinion, that'll happen to a lot of people. So we'll see a lot more condo inventory within the next like 3 to 6 months. So if you're thinking about buying a condo, if it's something unique and special, I don't think it's going to go down in price that much. But if you're looking at like a starter condo, a 1 bedroom, a 1+ den with a parking spot, I think those specific units are going to keep coming down in price. I do think that if interest rates keep coming down, we just had a rate cut. It was only 0.25%. So it didn't make that big of a difference. But if rates keep coming down and if they come down drastically, I think that'll open the door to a lot of buyers and sellers. I think it'll be a good thing for both buyers and sellers if you're looking to get into the market or looking to move up from like a condo to a townhouse or from like a semi-detached property to a detached property. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you've gotten any value from it whatsoever, please consider subscribing. If you have any questions, you can give me a call, send me an email, put it in the comments. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And if you're interested in any of the properties that we have on the market right now or we have coming up on the market, give me a call or send me a message. I'll help you every step of the way.